Oh, we're live. Okay, so, oh, I gotta figure out where to look. I'm used to looking. Oh my. We are not gonna have another issue. Hi guys, it's Dawn with Her Grace Creations, and I think I figured out this phone sideways thing. So my thought is, since I figured that part out, thank you, Mariah, at PM Artist Studio. I really appreciate your help. So I know Laura is here. So I'll just talk to you, Laura, because I see you're here. I'm going to turn the camera around. Yeah, I figured that out. And, oh, I got both Lauras here. Okay, Laura Fessmeyer is here as well. Okay, yay, both Lauras. So look, you guys, you can see my desk like I was trying to get it figured out before. Yeah. All right. So what are we doing? Well, remember we had our, let's get this out of here real quick. We had our fabric paper bag. We sewed around the edges. Okay, so that's what we've got now. I also had asked everybody, which side should this be the front cover or this be the front cover? I'll tell you who won. Hi, Rosemary. I'll tell you who won. This side. So we fold it in half, and that's what we've got. Now, I was looking at this. I got to tell you, on the inside, yeah, I added paint splatters as well as some of the dragonflies because I was looking at this and I thought, oh my gosh, this is our color combo for August in a Facebook group. Let me tell you so that you can do this if you want. So PM Artist Studio has a Facebook group. It is called Makers of Mixed Media Art / Artists. If you do want to join that, you do need to answer the questions. Otherwise, the automatic robot-y thing or whatever it is, it'll say, sorry, you can't join. You'll have to try again. But it's a color combo for August. The hashtag is Makers Color Combo August 24. Here's our colors. Pale lemon yellow, burnt orange, and salmon pink. I looked at this fabric and I'm like, well, there's the pink. There's the burnt orange. We just need the pale yellow. So that's what I was going for. I started with this squeezed lemon. And I just I put it on a plastic surface and I rubbed it. And I added some water and then some gesso. And I mixed it around. And I started flicking. And I'm like, yes, that's the pale yellow. So, yeah, now we've got that. I thought that was cool. I don't know what you think, but okay. So why do I have this fabric out here? Well, a lovely subscriber sent this to me. You know who you are. Isn't this fabulous? All right. I thought maybe we'd use that in here. What are we doing? Well, we need to choose pages for this. That's our next step. You can decorate your journal cover and everything later, but our next step needs to be choosing papers. And when you're choosing papers for your signature, it doesn't have to be paper. We could totally use fabric. So anyway, what I did was I just gathered some things together so that you could kind of see how I do this. Now, I'm not going to lie. I found this piece of paper. It's a painty paper, and the colors, see, I was doing things on the gel plate for our color combo for August. And you guys, look, what a coincidence. So I have this set aside because I might use it as a pocket. I don't know. But off camera, I did go ahead and put together my signatures for this. I'm doing 3 signatures, and I'll just really quick show you what I did. And then we'll go through it. I took a piece of paper that was kind of bigger, this one. I folded it and I set it here, making sure I had, let's go, I got to move my camera. Making sure I had a little room here, here, and here. And so I used this one page as a template so that I knew nothing could be bigger than this. So you don't have to do that. It just was what I did. There are different options. So you can do that, find a page that will be your template, or just start gathering papers. So how many pages do I have in my signature? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 and I've got 3 signatures with 12 in it. We did a 2.5-inch spine. I had forgotten the size and Laura let me know. Thank you, Laura. So let's set this aside because I want to show you how I do this. You can use that big page as a template or just gather papers. So I did put together another one just so I could show you. And I guess before I show you really quick, you remember how we went around the edges with our sewing machine? The other thing you can do is this. You've got it open, okay? Fold it exactly in half. Crease it really good. And then you'll have that line down the middle, okay? Then measure your 2.5-inch spine. Put a tiny little mark on each side that you can just barely see. Take it to your sewing machine and sew a straight line here and a straight line here. And what you get, that's the inside. Okay, there's the outside. You can barely see it. And then what I do, after you've sewn those, I fold it over right on the sewing mark and crease it real good. And then go to the other side and crease it real good. And here's what that creates. Look, it's like a book. It's square. Okay, so that is an option. It could help you with putting your signatures in. But again, you don't have to do that. It's just an option. I want to show you the other one really quick. I did not do that to this. So what I did with this is I folded it in half exactly. That is going to give me my straight line to show me the middle. That way, when I go to put my 3 signatures in, I know that the middle signature will go on this line and the other 2 will go on each side of it. But when it's put together and you look at it this way, it will end up being a curved spine instead of that square like a book. So it's just personal preference. This time, we're going to work with it as though it's not sewn, just in case somebody doesn't have a sewing machine. All right, so let's go pages. So you take everybody's size is probably going to be different. I know that Laura did one really tall, which that's cool. I also did one, I tried a second one. This one is really short. Do you see the difference? So I have 3 sizes here. Just to show you, it really doesn't matter what size you want to do. So here's what we're going to do. Once we fold it in half and we determine, okay, our pages need to be in this area, just actually ignore that part. We don't even have to pay attention to that yet. Start gathering papers. So what do I have? I've got a little bit of everything. I have some music page. I have old paper. Oh, look at this. It is a package that came in the mail. It was a Happy Mail. Thank you, thank you. So it's a poly mailer. So you could use something like this, and all you have to do, check this out, because I don't know about you, but I like having different textures in my journals. Just cut it down each side. By the way, you guys, say hi if you're here so that I know you're here. Just keep in mind there is a bit of a lag. So if you say, hey, I'm here, yeah, I won't see it for, I don't know, what is it, 30 seconds, maybe less than that. But, all right, so we've got that. There's a jaggedy edge, which I'm just going to leave that for now. So then you fold it in half, and voila. I am going to use that for sure. So there's that. And then I've got, what is this? It's just it's a little miniature paper bag like you'd go to your coffee shop and get a bagel in or something. Don't worry, this is not used. And so I want to use this as a page. So I'm going to cut the other end off because now we'll fold it in half. And this can be a pocket on each side. What is this? Well, I ordered something in the mail. It came in a package, and then it came in a bag with this weird material. I thought that might be fun. So you can use literally anything. I've got some craft paper here. Oh, I have a hanky. Oh, that's folded in 4. Oh, wow. Okay, so I've got a hanky. I have a big paper bag, which, okay, the other end needs cut off. You can use digitals. So I just folded it in half. There's another digital, and there's nothing on the inside. This is just a wonky piece of paper. I have some jelly plate prints. This one is a jelly plate print on tissue paper, wet strength tissue paper. But you see how different in size they are? It's okay. You just grab whatever you want and fold them in half. So I have graph paper. What? Oh, this is a really thin one. So the first thing you do is just grab a bunch of papers. Here's coffee dyed paper, a piece of jean material, a painted book page, a few other book pages, small book pages, shiny book pages. I'm trying to get to something to show you. What do we got? Oh, there's some sheet music. Barry Manilow. My mama loved him. What should we do? Should we do one of these? I like to put music sheets in. Let's see. What one should we do? Looks like we made it. Okay, Dawn, dude, don't sing. Okay, let's use looks like we made it. Then we got Barry on one side and the music on the other. So we've got one of those. I probably have way too many pages at this point, but it's okay. We'll deal with that. Not to worry. So I wanted to show you, oh, I have a kid's coloring book page. Okay, my pile is falling over. But I wanted to show you what happens if you happen to have something like, okay, you guys, I'm fighting that. Here we go. What if you have Edith Holden pages that came out horrible, right? And when you put it in your journal, you don't want to fold the paper in half because you want to see it this way. I thought I would show you how to do that. The first thing is decide how you want it to open and close, and I want it like that. So one side you'll see this, you'll open it and you'll see that as a page spread. So what I'm going to do with this one, I think, is find my ruler, because I can't cut a straight line to save my life. So I'm going to use this ruler, and I'm going to just set it on the edge, hold it down, and rip. And that gives me a straight line. Okay. Now what do we got here? I'm going to save this little piece. I know it sounds silly, but I can collage with that. The rest of it has nothing on it, so I will recycle. Okay, now what? Oh, let's fix this edge just because we're here. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Does anybody else have Edith Holden pages and didn't know how to get them out without making a mess? Well, that was me for a while, till I figured out, they're bound in as signatures. Just cut that binding, and they'll pull out as connected full pages. Goodness sakes. So now washi tape and stick glue. Never, ever trust your washi tape. I know it's sticky, but it will not permanently stick. Let me grab something. Okay, guys, I don't have a lot of washi tape, so this is the only wide one I've got. Otherwise, the other few that I have are these really skinnies, which we will use some skinny, so grab that. I'm going to show you a couple different things. I don't know how much time we'll have today, but oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Well, I'm going to have to cut that off. I don't want that on my page. So take your page, put them together, leave a tiny bit of space. You can see my white background, just a little bit of it. Oh, crap. Attempt to line them up and have it stay. Stay. Okay. I'm going to see approximately how long of a piece do I need. We'll just do that. We'll cut it off. Oh, how about cut off a straight line? And then grab your glue. Okay. I'm going to get glue on it, or I'm going to try. You know what might be easier than fighting that? Haha. Let's get glue on here. It might be easier that way. Oh, gosh. I bent the page. That's okay. Oh, let's just get this on before they move. If you have washi tape that's not quite this wide, then it won't cover up the pages. You know what I mean? And then come over to the other side, and we will do the same thing. And this, you could do this with Elmer's School Glue, Mod Podge, any glue you have, and use a piece of fabric as well. It's just that takes a while to dry. And I want to get, oh my goodness, I want to get on with getting our pages together. What is happening? Oh, longer, maybe a little longer. Okay. Oh boy, that woman has long hair. Wow. All right. Oh no, it's kind of crooked, and I didn't get a long enough piece. Oh, it's crooked. Okay. So now we can fold it and put it in our journal. That was all I was trying to show you. And you can do that with any book pages, magazine pages, anything like that. Okay, let me grab a chair. I was standing. Oh, that's because I want to be able to see your comments. Oh, that's why I was standing. Are you guys all sitting down or standing up to work? So here is our book. This one right here, I'm only going to do 2 signatures because this is a 2-inch spine. The other one was 3 signatures. But however many signatures you want to do, go for it. But I'm going to put 12 pages in each signature. I want some plain pages to write on, journal on, and I want some other fun pages to work with, because we could use this as an art journal or an actual note-taking journal. Really, you could take any page that might be in your book, and after it's put together, let's say you have too many pretty pages and you want to do more writing, just get some brown paper bag or any even printer paper and cover it up. Just glue a piece on there. Decorate the edges. Yeah. All right. So let's just do this. And I'm going to do it without really thinking. I'm going to go, all right, 2 signatures. So what all did I have over here? Okay. 1, 2, let's see, 3. What I usually try and do in a journal is a page you can write on, and then a fun page that is more of a decorative page, and then one that's to write on. I don't know that I'm going to fully do that on this one or not, but we have 1, 2, 3. Let's do a painty page. 4. Maybe this big piece of craft paper. I know it's too big, but it's okay. We'll deal with that in a few minutes. So 5, 6. Let's do 7. How about some jean material? 8. And this is a really thin jean material. It's not your typical thick material. 8. And then I'm going to do another coffee dyed. So there's 9. I'll do a painty page. 10. Maybe this flower page. 11. What else do I have? Oh, let's do this one. And there's our 12. So I'm just going to set that aside. And now let's do a second signature. Oh, you know what? I forgot to add this. Let's add this little paper bag in here. And we won't count that as a page. Okay, our paper bag for this one. One thing I do think about is for the very first signature, when you open up the book, what do you want to see? And I'm thinking this, because for instance, even though that would work, I don't think that's right. Even though this would work, I don't really like it as the first page. I think I want this. And then I'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4, I do want to use that. That's huge, but that's okay. 5. Let's do a small as 6, but another small up top. So that's kind of 7, isn't it? 7. Let's do a painty one as 8. 9. What else? Oh, another painty one. 10. Oh, I don't want to forget our paper or our poly mailer bag. So there's 11 and 12. Yeah? I actually think this one here, I want to move to here and put that one in the middle. Okay. So I have 2 signatures, 12 each, and now I need to get all these other pages out of the way. Just so we have room to work. I don't know about you, but I don't have a really big space to work at. Let's see. So I'm not seeing comments. Wait, so there we go. So is it okay not to have the same amount of signatures, for instance, in one? Oh, like 10 in one and 12 in one? Yeah, that's totally up to you. Now, your comment went away. How do I see comments, you guys? Oh no. Okay, well now I know why people connect their laptop and whatever they're recording with, so that then you can see on your laptop the comments. Oh, you guys, I'm missing your comments. Oh, well, that really sucks. So maybe you guys can help each other out. You know, maybe one person can answer another person's questions. And now I have something to work on for our next live, because that's sad. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't know. Oh, yeah. Okay, for instance, Laura, this one here, I really wanted to, okay, I'm seeing comments really quick. That's okay, you can go back through. No, I can't, because as soon as you upload, YouTube uploads it as live, the comments are gone. And it kind of starts over fresh. Do you see what I'm saying? It'll upload and all the comments will be lost forever. So now I know why people use 2 devices. Okay. But I'm going to add this one, I think, in between these 2. So now this one has 13 and the others have 12. All right. So that's not going to quite work, right? The pages aren't quite right. So we have options, but the very first thing that I want to do is, I notice this bag is sticking out. I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to trim it with these. I call these my crappy scissors, my glue scissors. They were the only scissors I had for a while, but look at what I got in Happy Mail. My goodness. Now I have good scissors. So amazing. Yeah. But we don't need those. What I'm going to actually grab, guys, first I want to measure and see. I don't want anything hanging out the top or the bottom. If it's hanging out this way, that's fine, because we can decide later if we want to fold it in or cut it off. So for now, I'm just worried about the top and the bottom. And I do want to cut some of this off. So here, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for this. I'm going to grab, now there's a lot of ways to do this, but I'm going to grab this old rotary mat. It used to be my mom's for quilting. And I'm going to turn this sideways. I'm going to get my ruler and set it right about where I want to cut. and I'm going to grab this. Let's see. Hello. There we go. I think it's called an X-Acto knife. Yeah, so I'm going to hold this down, and I'm going to cut off the pages that are in the way. Easy enough. But if you don't have this, you don't have this, all you have to do is take one of the pages. For instance, this is my biggest page here. And I know that that's going to be a perfect fit. So you just take this page and hold up every other page and make sure it's smaller. And if it's not, cut it off wherever you want it. So I know by looking at this, it's got a white border. So I could either cut it off, I could come around and ink the edges, but here is what I'll do. I'll go ahead and cut it off just so you can see how I do this again. You may have to go through a couple times. Bye, Laura. I did see that comment. Thanks for stopping by. We aren't going to go too long because this is going to be something you're going to probably need to take some time to do. And we'll come back to do more. I needed to go over that twice. There we go. All right, so there's that one. Let's see if I can remember the order. I think we had, this was first. And then she went in here somewhere, right? Maybe, I think it was here. Okay. So now the next thing to do, because it could happen, in order to prevent yourself from sewing in signatures upside down, grab a couple clips. Let me see. I gotta grab mine. No, I already got them. I prepared, that's right. Over here, I decided what to use this box for that I got to put things in for my projects. Isn't that fun? So I got this on my little birthday beach trip. Little White Church Antiques on Highway 101 in Rockaway Beach. They had a lot of them, different sizes. I resisted. I only got one. Anyway, take some sort of a clip. This is a big paper clip. Find your middle. Kind of whack your papers down. Make sure that they're centered where you want them. And just come in and clip one side. Doesn't matter what it is. Now look. Where is it? Okay, the clip is at the top. So when we put our signature in, we want to make sure wherever the clip is at the top when we're sewing it in, so that we don't get it sewn in upside down. Trust me, it can happen. So there's one. Now this one, it is way too big. It's not going to fit in there. Let me just show you. Yeah, the whole thing is way too big. So I want to kind of get my pages where I want them. And where am I going to cut it off? Right about there where my finger is. So I'm going to lay this sideways. Put that there. And cut this side off. There we go. Oh, always retract that. Now, if you wanted to, you could do all three sides so that all your papers are exactly the same size. I don't want that, actually. I like the look of different sizes. So, Now, oh yes, we got to do our find the center. Whack it. Now I need to make sure that my paper clip goes at the top, because that's what we did with the other one. And we don't want them to be different. There we go. Paper clip. So, Laura, let me show you. I actually have right underneath me, oh, hopefully the Leaning Tower of not pizza doesn't fall over. Okay, look, here is a journal I'm kind of working on. So it is a hardcover. I used a very antique book. When you open it, I kind of thought it would be fun to have all the pages the same in all 3 signatures. So if you look at it, it's very uniform. And sometimes it is kind of cool to have it like that. Okay, I lied. Look, that's not uniform. Oh, that's because it's a page tab that I put on there. It was uniform. I don't know. It just gives it a cleaner look. It depends on what you're going for, I guess. And, ooh, I'll just set that there. And really, it really does depend on your preference at the time. Okay. You know what I almost forgot? I forgot. I wanted to use some of this. But I'll tell you why I forgot, because I was showing you with this here. I'm actually going to set this aside because this is not the one we were doing, but I was using it as an example. So let's just put it somewhere. Yeah, there we go. And let's move to the one I'm actually working on. So these pages are ready to go in there. I didn't do any cutting because remember I used a piece that was the biggest and I made sure all of them were smaller. So I'm going to get rid of this rotary mat. But you know what I forgot to include? In all of this, I really wanted to include a piece of this piano roll that I got at the beach. And so here's what I think I'll do. In this, I'm going to take a painty page. I guess we could do this one. I'm going to set this sideways so I don't forget where it was at. Now, here's something, an idea for you. If you have a page you really like one side, but when you open it up, it's destroyed, find something else to glue to it. Like, hey, Carol, I didn't know you were here, but I just saw Laura's comment. I'm having an issue seeing comments because, well, I'm still learning. This is video number 2. So here's my piano roll. The problem is when you use it, it really wants to curl. And I actually had somebody show me and give me an idea how to fix that problem. So I thought I'd show you in case you didn't know. So see, it just rolls right back up. Well, I am going to take this, measure it, and or at least an approximate measure, and we're going to go right about here. So that means I'm going to rip I guess very carefully. There we go. Put this next to me here. Okay, and here is what we're gonna do. See, it's still wanting to roll. Well, one side has these words, so I want that to be seen. So I'm gonna glue this right directly to here. But it appears as though the piano roll won't even sit still long enough for that. So what glue should I use? Let me grab, I've got some, oh, you know what? PVA glue is going to wrinkle the paper. Okay, so that won't work. Let's use some of this. It's almost gone. Fabra Fix. And, oh my. Well, I think I'm going to have to deal with wrinkling because that needs to sit upside down for a while. If I can get it to stay upside down. So I'm going to use my watered down PVA glue. Oh my gosh, can I get the lid off? Yeah. I'm going to use a paintbrush here. And I'm just going to paint some glue on. So watered down, I'm assuming everybody knows, but just in case you don't, take any PVA glue like Elmer School Glue. Put it in, you know, a plop in something where you can put a lid on it. And then throw some water in and stir so that, you know, you're just watering it down a little, make it go farther. It's Mod Podge now. It is, I kid you not, it is the same thing. And way cheaper. Now, I'll put this over top. Boy, it really wants to roll up, doesn't it? There we go. And of course, now it's wetter than wet. So let's get the extra glue off the sides with a paper towel. And then I'm going to come over here and just cut the edge off and get rid of those things off my desk for right now. Okay. Yeah, and then we have a fun page. It's damp, but it is what it is. Okay, here we go. So we have, well, I have 3 signatures. I have 15 minutes to show you what I want to show you real quick. So we've taken our journal, we've folded it exactly in half, and we've made a crease. We now have a crease line. So on that crease line is going to go our middle signature. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to take and find the middle of this. Really, I am. It's around here somewhere. Isn't it? Okay. There you are. Making sure all my pages are lined up. I'm going to clamp this at the bottom. Now I have to remember it's at the bottom. And I think I actually am going to do another one just because I've got fabric in there that I want it to stay still. So this one is going to go right in the center. There are a few ways to do this. The first way that I'm going to show you is this. Your center line. Do you have one of these? It's a Crocodile Big Bite. I'm going to use that because that's the first way I want to show you. I'm going to go right down that center line. I'm going to make a hole. Let's see. Oh, how big of a hole? Let's do the 1/8 inch. And I'm going to just come in about 1.5 inches. And there we go. One hole. I'm going to push it towards the middle. I'm just eyeballing this. Okay, so see, we've got 1 hole, 2 hole, and now we need a Okay, so this is, again, remember, this is just one way to do this. So the other thing I want to make sure you know, when you are binding in signatures, you don't have to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, which is what we're doing. But you could do as many holes as you want, but always make it an odd number. So 3, 5, 7, 9, you know what I mean? Why? I don't know. It just, when it's an even number, it doesn't work right. Sorry. Now, on the back of this, it is a bit hard to see the hole because I've got a little fabric that needs clipped off. So I'll just trim that. Now, is that an exact straight line? No, but that's okay because we can deal with that later. So we have our 3 holes here. Now what? Well, now grab your signature and a pen. Let me zoom in and line your signature up in this book here and at the bottom so it's not hanging off, so it's in the right spot. Grab your pen and then see where that hole is. I'm going to make a mark on my page that matches up with that hole. And I'm not going to move this. I'm hoping we're going to do the same thing here at the middle, making a line, and down here on the bottom. Okay, so we have our 1, 2, 3 lines that match up with the holes. Oop. So I'm going to set that aside, and now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open this up. Oh, I'm going to take one off so I can flatten this out better. And I'm going to punch a hole right where those lines are, hopefully. One. 2. I have things falling because, oh boy, because this table is not sturdy that I'm at. And 3. So that is the first way to go about this. And just double check. Oh, you want to see the papers? This is the center signature. This is a hanky that I sewed down the edges to make a pocket. This way you can kind of get an idea what kinds of things you can use. There we go. Okay, now we're going to bring this back, line up the holes, and we'll sew this in. Should be fairly quick since our holes are pretty big. How do we do that? Well, you need a needle and either embroidery thread, twine. I've got this waxed thread, and here's what you want. You want to go, start at the top here. 1, 2, 3 lengths, and cut it off. I already had mine cut. And because we have 3 signatures, we need 3 of those. I happen to have 2 already done, which means we do need 1 more. So let's just do that real quick. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So I'll set that aside because we are just working with this one for now. Thread your needle and find the middle And you're going to go in the middle. See that it's coming out. Go down in that middle hole. And then pull, but leave a tail. How long? Well, here's what I usually do. I just make sure that I can now hold that tail with my thumb. That's about how long. Turn it over. Find that other hole. You can go in the top or the bottom. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go in the bottom. Or, I don't know. Maybe it's the top. And go through all those holes. And pull. Okay, now we're going to go through this one here. Come on now. There, we got in there. And come out the back. Now, I'm going to grab a hold of this tight and then come over here and I'm going to pull just to make sure they're tight. And then I'm going to come back in via this center hole. Bloop. Okay. Make sure it looks tight. Yes. Okay. Now, here's the important part. You see the line of thread? You want these two hangy pieces. One needs to be on one side and one needs to be on the other. Let me pull this real quick and show you closer what I mean. This is coming out on the right and this is coming out on the left. And then pull and just make, I usually tie 3 knots just to make sure it stays. And then I chop it off. Doesn't matter where. You could leave it hanging and you could tie a charm or something. But, okay, there's our middle signature. Now, the second signature that we'll do is going to be the one at the front. And I want to leave a space. How big is that? I don't know. Everybody's can be different. It doesn't really matter. You could do a 1/4 of an inch. You could do a 1/2 inch is probably too much. I'm thinking probably a 1/4 of an inch is good. Okay, and now let me show you another way to do this. First, to make it easier, I'm going to clamp these as best as I can. That should stay fairly well. Maybe get another clamp and just clamp over here. I want these pages to stay still. Okay, here's another way to do it. You need your glue stick. You need your skinny washi tape. This is such a cheater's way to do this. Okay, we're going to take a piece of the skinny washi tape and measure it about from the top to the bottom. Cut it off. Okay, now we're going to run our washi tape over this glue. Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my finger down, put a little pressure. I'm going to grab here, and I'm going to pull till I get to the end, and then I'm going to rub it back and forth. And then, dun, 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 I'm going to attempt a straight line 1/4 of an inch away with this washi tape. There we go. And press it down. Okay, and now we want that to dry. But now you have your straight line, and what you'll do is you'll take your signature and you'll put it in just like we did with this one with the 3 holes. But let me go ahead and put my clip on to hold the pages together. But this time, we can do it willy-nilly. Here's what I mean. I'll just show you. Let's get a pokey tool and our thread. Oh, put the lid on the glue. Put the lid on the glue. I hear you. Thank you for telling me. We're almost out of time, guys. I didn't want this to go an hour, but we're almost at that. All right, so this is ready. Here we go. Okay, find the middle. Kind of close it up on itself. Watch your hand so you don't poke yourself. And there we are. See, it's coming out just a little bit. Okay, take that. Center your pages between here and here where you want them. And then get your pokey tool and poke in the center of that piece of washi tape. And push and go through the other side. You see it coming out there? And I'm going to push it quite a ways because I do want kind of a big hole there in the center. Okay, now I'm going to get this ready because as soon as I pull out this pokey tool, I then want to put in my needle. And there's our first tool. So a lot of people measure and make a template and all that. I ain't got time for that. I don't want a ruler. I don't want to measure the 1/4 an inch, 1/4 inch, a centimeter, 2 centimeters. I can't. First of all, I'm not good at it. Second of all, it's frustrating to me, and I want to enjoy this. So I'd rather end up when we're done with not a straight line and have to fix the problem than having to measure. Okay. Now, let's go to the bottom. Where, it doesn't matter. It is your call. I'm going to go up here. How far is that? I'm at 1.5 inches, a little over that, because do you see my pages are different sizes, and I want to make sure they all get in here. I'm going to close it up a little, push it through, come down here to my washi tape and find the center and push it through that. Dun, 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 dun. And I want a big enough hole there. I'm holding tight. I'm not letting go. I'm going to grab this. We're going to go through the hole we just made and pull. Yep. Okay. One more time. We're going to come up here and kind of fold it in. Push. Find the center of our washi tape. Hello. Go through. Take our needle. Go through that. Pull it out the other side. And now, I want to grab this, pull tight, because now I need to come in the center. Now, I'm not going to lie. I put my washi tape in sideways. It's not a straight line. I'll show you here in a second. I got to get through that hole. Come on, it's being ornery. Okay, we got it. I'm going to pull. I'm going to make sure we have a thread on each side of that center one, and I'm going to tighten a knot. And I'll show you my wonky donkey stitches. Let's chop that off. Okay, take that and these off. All right, that's our front cover. We have our first signature in. Now, I will tell you this. If you don't like the washi tape you used, you can come in right now. You know, I'll just do it. Come in right now. Pull it off. It might take, you know, a little bit of finagling. which means don't use your glue stick next, when you do it, and it'll come off even easier. I'll finish pulling that later, but just pull it off and then it's not there. So we have our first signature, some space. Let's see if I can actually get that while we're here. Might take me a minute. All right. And then we have, see the space, and then we have our second signature. We'd do the same with the back. We'd leave a space, and sew in the back one. All right, so on the front, I'll show you sideways. Oop, it's going up and then straight. And then this one is straight and then up. Yeah, doesn't matter, because we can always come back later and cover up this, with lace, a doily, I don't know, but we'll figure that out later. All we have to do is add our very last signature. So I'm going to do that off camera because we're at an hour, but I wanted to show you really quick. I did go ahead and in this tinier one, it's not too tiny, but I went ahead and sewed a signature in here, and I used scrapbook paper as the front on this one and painty pages. I do have a second signature that I need to put in for this one, but I wanted to show you what I was working on. Okay, I stamped on some fabric, cut it out, and I sewed it to some different laces and a piece of eco-dyed fabric that I did. And I thought, dude, that would be really cool as a journal topper of some sort. I know that we already have something on the front here, so we may not use it, but here's what you could do. You could turn this into a pocket. So all you'd have to do is glue 3 sides down, and look, now you have a pocket. So for voting on this live, should I use this here as a pocket, or should I take some of this corrugated cardboard, put this here, cut, well, for instance, cut it, to make it look a little nicer, but attach this here and then use it as a pocket. Or should we do no pocket at all and just leave it? So that's what I want to know from everybody. And we'll come back later, and what we'll do is we will do a pocket here, I think. I'll wait and see what everybody thinks. But I will show you how to cover up a spine that is not, perfectly straight. What do you think about that? Do you have other ideas? You want me to decorate the inside and outside cover with you? Let me know. But thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And now I'm going to end this, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to see, can I read your comments? And before my next live, which will be next week sometime, I'm going to figure out, how do I connect my laptop so that it's sitting over here out of the way so you don't have to look at it, but I can see your comments because I want to be able to interact with you guys. Yeah, okay. Have a blessed day, you guys, and I shall see you very soon. Bye.